Broadcasts, scores, standings, and much more. Trib Live High School Sports Network, your high school sports leader. All season, every season.
Welcome to the RMU ISC on Neville Island. Semifinal week in the PIHL begins. 3A semifinal game number 2 features the number 3 seed, the Peters Township Indians at 15-5-1, taking on the number 2 seed, the Pine Richland Rams, who are 16-5. And good evening, everyone. Bob Orquist alongside Randy Gore. Had a spirited first semifinal game between North Allegheny and Seneca Valley. Seneca Valley wins 2-1 over North Allegheny. Why might that be significant? Well, North Allegheny had beaten Seneca Valley twice in the regular season. Seneca Valley turns the tables earlier tonight. Peters Township has lost twice to Pine Richland in the regular season, Randy. They would hope to turn the tables and make the championship here this evening.
We'll see if that could be a trend here tonight. Peters Township certainly would appreciate it if that's the case. The Indians have won 8 of their last 9 games, 3 in a row, including a 6-2 win over Baldwin in the quarterfinals. William Tomko helped lead the offensive onslaught with 3 points. He had a goal and 2 assists. And Peters Township led 3-2 early in the third before 3 unanswered goals by the Indians helped Peters Township pull away. Nolan Hilbert was the starter in net, and he earned the win with 20 saves. Pine Richland, meanwhile, coming off a 2-1 overtime win. A lot of excitement with that victory for the Rams over Central Catholic in the quarterfinals. And that one done by Alex Erlane. He scored both goals for the Rams, including the game-winning marker with 1:24 to go in overtime. Daniel Mooney made 18 saves for the win. And for Pine Richland, Alex Erlane not only scored the game winner, he drew the penalty that led to the power play that led to the game winner.
The 2 games in the regular season seem so long ago. How long ago, you may ask? They were actually last year. October the 7th, the season opener, 8-1 win for the Rams at home. And then on December the 7th, Pine Richland won 5-4. So it was so long ago, and so much has changed. I don't know if you can take anything out of that. Their head coaches tonight, Rick Tingles, in his 18th year. Almost didn't come back, actually. Had his job opened up, but got it back. He was in the semifinals last year, hoping to get to the championship game. Pine Richland, or the Peters Township, for the first time since 2019, where they were runners-up to North Allegheny. Jordan Yocklicks in his 4th year at Pine Richland. They're hoping to get to the championship game for the first time since 19. They were in a lower classification, Randy. They were in 2A. That's their last Penguins Cup back in 2019.
And, it was a great season, obviously, to end it with a championship in Class 2A. But they have been a formidable foe for many at the Class AAA level. They have made the jump with relative ease, Pine Richland. And as you said, seeking a 5th Penguins Cup title and looking for their 2nd in the last 4 years. And they have been dominant. They're a gritty team. And they can make things happen. Great goaltending as well. Great tradition of goaltending. And Daniel Mooney keeps that going for Pine Richland. And he'll be one. He's an all-star in his first season as the starting netminder for the Rams.
These 2 teams are pretty deep. We talked about Erlane, the captain, who was the hero in the quarterfinal round. He was the leading scorer in the regular season for Pine Richland with 12 goals, 17 assists. Also an all-star. But the Rams have 8 players with 10 or more points. Peters Township has 10 with 10 or more points. So kind of spread out amongst both of these squads, Randy.
Yeah, these teams very steady and well balanced, and that's why they're here. You don't get to the semifinal round unless you are an overall very talented team, and both teams are just that. They have a number of guys that can put the puck in the back of the net. They have a number of guys that can do a great job either in net or play great defense, and again, that's why they're here. And it should be exciting. It should be very interesting to see how these teams match up. I know for me, you look at Pine Richland, they have a tendency to pick up a lot of penalties, and I think staying out of the penalty box will be big because on the other side of that, Peters Township has the deadliest power play unit in Class AAA. They rank number 1 as they have scored at a 29.9% clip, 20 of 67 in the regular season.
The special teams will be key. Peters Township in the win in the over Baldwin in the quarterfinals. They did not have a man advantage. Pine Richland, even though they won, they were 1 for 6. So that could play important tonight, as special teams always are. Penalty killing wise for the Rams, they were 3 for 3 in the win over Central Catholic. And Peters Township did allow a power play goal to Baldwin. Baldwin was actually a defending state champion because they had moved up from 2A last year to 3A this year. But their season and the great career of Eddie Nowicki is over. But these two schools, Seneca Valley, North Allegheny in the first game, these are the 4 core schools, I guess you could say, in 3A. Always this time of the year, it seems like we're talking about 1, 2, 3, and in this year, all 4 of them.
Yeah, that's the case. And last year, Mount Lebanon kind of snuck in, and they managed as the number 7 seed to reach the championship. And that's something that perhaps Pine Richland, I don't know that they're thinking about it much, but they were the team that was knocked off of the semifinals to Mount Lebanon. So a chance for redemption for the guys that have returned, when they look back perhaps on last year. But indeed, it's the core teams in Class AAA that have been there year in and year out. And, every once in a while, there may be a season where one of those teams get knocked out like last year with Pine Richland. But at the end of the day, when you get to this point, the Final Four, if you will, in Class AAA, you can almost count on the fact that it'll be, you mentioned NA, Seneca Valley, Pine Richland, and Peters Township who will duel in this one tonight.
You win tonight, you face Seneca Valley on Monday at the Lemieux Complex in Cranberry. Peters Township has won 6 Penguins Cup titles. Pine Richland has won 4, 1 in 3A, and the other 3 in 2A, back-to-back in 06 and 07. And, of course, the last one we referenced back in 2019. This should be a good one. Seneca Valley will be an interested observer, I'm sure, in amidst their celebration and preparation for the championship next Monday.
Yeah, the Pine Richland AAA title, that came in 2008, and Peters Township, their AAA titles in 2014 and 17 out of the 6. And it's very interesting to see, how the programs have come and progressed, because they've dominated in Class 2A, and they have, again, more than held their own at the Class AAA level as well.
I didn't get a chance to mention this in the first game, but the Flyers Cup semifinals are scheduled for this week. Wednesday, Holy Ghost Prep takes on Malvern Prep. Last year's Pennsylvania Cup champions, LaSalle College and St. Joe Prep in the other one. Again, those games Wednesday. Just looking ahead a little bit to whet your appetite. But Monday is big. Let's go to the PA for the opening of this one between the Rams and the Indians.
Pittsburgh Penguins present the Varsity Class AAA semifinals. All right, fans, make some noise as we introduce your teams. Your away team, coached by Rich Tringle, won the Penguins Cup 6 times, most recently in 2017. They nabbed the number 3 seed with a regular season record of 14-5-1. They are the Peters Township Indians. Your home team, coached by Jordan Albert, won the state championship in 2019 and won the Penguins Cup 3 times. They are the number 2 seed with a record of 15-5. They are the Pine Richland Rams. All right, fans, let's hear it for your 2022 Class AAA semifinalists. And now to our America and those who serve her. Please rise if you're able and remove your hats. Direct your attention to the flags beside the scoreboard for the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in them, gave proof
Our national anthems, the Indians in the red and black, the Rams in the green and white and black, getting set to go at it. PIHL 3A semifinals. Goaltending matchup gives us junior Nolan Hilbert for Peters Township. 4-3 during the regular season. He had 20 saves in the win over Baldwin. And as you talked about, Daniel Mooney, he's been the rock for Pine Richland. He's going to go over 1,000 minutes. He's actually over 1,000 minutes on the season for the Pine Richland Rams. As is tradition, the Indians with the dyed blonde hair. As is tradition, Rick Tingle resists that. But as is tradition, he's got the great chapeau going on across the way.
You mean they're not all natural blondes?
Nope. Our PAC colleague, I wonder if Rob McKinney, for old time's sake, is dyeing his hair blonde, the Peters Township, former Peters Township Indian. And it will be Slavin, Cooper Slavin, dumping it into the Pine Richland zone, moving left to right, the Peters Township Indians. And they will play it back to Richard Woods. They'll come near side. That is Carson Alexander, a couple of Alexanders. Esai Morse, the senior defenseman, one of the leaders for Pine Richland, plays it up. Now the Rams try to get through the neutral zone. They cannot do it. And Ryder Mertens will fire it in. And the Indians go for a line change. Morris in his own zone. Good outlet pass. In stride, Sean Peacock. He has it played off a stick, and then Hilbert checks it aside for the Pine Richland Rams. Puck played up. Here comes the counterattack and a good outlet. Austin Malley comes down the right wing, 2-on-3. Goes behind the net. Has support there with Ben Kovac. Comes out instead. Shot the flex. Mooney didn't see it, and it pinballs. And he somehow kept it out, I believe, with his left pad.
I'll be eager to see the replay if we get a chance. Looked like it perhaps might have hit the post. Either way, he did not see that initial shot, that's for sure.
I want to say it was Kobe Ringwald who might have taken that, but he didn't see it. And Peters Township very nearly early in this one took the 1-0 lead. There's a wrist shot that is deflected wide. Came from the left point, Colin Kimberling. Good forecheck. And finally clearing it out. Here comes the captain, Alex Erlane. 1-on-2. He'll fire a wrist shot that misses. Puck in the zone. Erlane, by the way, will play for Team Maryland in the EHL next year. Affiliated with the Maryland Black Bears in the NHL. He's their top scorer, had the 2 goals against Central Catholic. And here comes Esai Morse. He plays a lot of minutes, offensive-minded defenseman for the Rams. Cleared up and hits the referee off the clearing attempt by Luke Casciola. Goes up into the the Peters Township bench.
You're talking about Erlane. He's the captain, a guy that hates superstitions as well. He doesn't want anything to get into his head. And he's a guy that performs very cool, calm, and collected out there. That's part of why he is the captain.
He is the senior captain. Part of these runs for the Rams. Pine Richland in the semifinals last year, losing to Mount Lebanon, as Randy illustrated. 2 years ago, they lost in the semifinals to North Allegheny, but Pine Richland made the quarterfinals of the U.S. National Championship. There's a steal. Centering pass. They couldn't find Daniel Muldoon, but he tracks it down. Backhands it in front. Hilbert tried to play it away. It does squirt to the far side where Max Ness clears it back to center ice. Right back up to Muldoon. He is 1-on-3, so he just dumps it in. He goes for a line change. Puck played by Richard Woods for Peters Township in his own zone. Gets it up the ice. That may be icing. Nope, they say it's deflected, so no whistle. On the forecheck, Caleb Kovac. He'll dump it in. Andrew Masucci, better known for his prowess on the soccer pitch and the football field. Great soccer player, fantastic place kicker. And there's a big hit as the puck goes out of play as Erlane was dumped on his wallet.
And Richard Woods got a big piece of him right there and a clean hit, head-on crash going for the puck. Let Erlane know you're there. Peters Township trying to do that early.
Erlane looks like he might be feeling it a little bit, but I'm sure as the captain and the scoring leader, He has seen that before. He's going to be on the face-off to the left of Nolan Hilbert.
And now Lane's going to check out along with his fellow line mates.
Rams, Josh Fulmer won that draw, and it comes out. There's a wrist shot that is blocked. That was Ryan Peacock. Peacock keeps it in at the right point, dumps it down. Pine Richland will dump it around to the near side. Kobe Ringwald for Peters Township plays it up and skated out of the zone by Ryder Mertens. Mertens tries to cut in from the right wing. That's denied. And a shot by Slavin, but he couldn't quite get it. It was knocked away by Pine Richland. That's a delayed offside against the Indians. Fulmer didn't know that. He could have turned around and skated that out, but he does backhand it. And now offside is called against Pine Richland. 13:06 to go in a scoreless first period.
The end of that play, Peacock and Slavin, little conversation between the two. And, in the previous broadcast, we were talking about playing with a controlled edge. And that's something that both of these teams, as there's Rick Tingle
there's
talking
the cap,
with. Yep.
the ever-present cap for Rick Tingle.
That's right, and known as Mr. Penalty Killer at his day at the University of Delaware.
He's done a fantastic job in his 18 years here at Peters Township. There's a steal by Erlang, but a good play at the point by Ringwald to deny that breakout. And it will be icing against Pine Richland.
And we're talking about, again, that playing with a controlled edge, if you will, and that's something that will be important for both sides tonight. Again, Pine Richland has the propensity to sometimes pick up more penalties than they would like, but that'll be important to not do that tonight. Refrain, keep your poise, because Peters Township is deadly on the power play. Don't want that opportunity.
It's the controlled edge, absolutely right, because if you play with an edge, you got to keep it, but you want to stay out of the penalty box. Peters after the icing. They've got possession in the offensive zone. Ringwald, his shot is blocked. Nice job to flash out there by Jack Breisinger. Puck is in the right wing corner behind the net. Morse reverses, slides it up, and the Rams try to clear it out. They will. Carson Kalpakis takes a big hit from Tomko, but he does get it out of the zone. Puck in the neutral zone, and back on the attack comes Ringwald, but actually it's Kovac, and the Indians are called for being offside.
Almost a scoring opportunity there, but just the shade of going offsides. And Tomko, you mentioned the big hit by him. He's a freshman that has really lit the lamp, but has also lit the fire for Peters Township this season. Going to try to do the same here tonight.
19 goals for Will Tomko, the freshman. That stops in the classification in the regular season. So a fantastic initial year. Centering pass on the backhand. Second opportunity was put forward by Gabe Uchak. Hilbert denied, and it's forced into the opposite corner. Rams on the forecheck. They can't shoot it. Comes in front. They'll backhand it. That's blocked and cleared out nicely in one motion by the alternate captain, Caden Kazarowski. Kazarowski gets it out, and they'll reset the Rams, and they'll steal. Max Ness, a good job on the forecheck. Keeps it in the attack zone for Peters Township. And they'll slide it around to the far side. Uchak will leave it for one of the defensemen. They can't clear. Diving play to keep it alive. Fantastic by Kazarowski. Now finally the Rams do clear.
A great hustling effort there by Kazarowski, making a couple of impact plays on that shift.
Puck played behind the Rams net. Zach Howard will get it. Play it to the far side, but that's a errant pass and a steal for Ryder Mertens. He centers it, and it's slid just wide of the near post. Near point for Alexander. Shot deflected! Score! Chase Stauffer picks up the loose puck, and Peters Township jumps on top, 1-0.
Cooper Slavin with some traffic in front, and as that puck went toward the goalkeeper Mooney, it might have been deflected, by Slavin right across the goal mouth for the goal.
Nothing Mooney could do. That's again a good forecheck after the turnover. It came to the point. Carson Alexander just put it on, and there it is, the wide open opportunity for Stauffer. He had a goal in the opening round. He's got a goal tonight, and the Indians are up 1-0.
And again, Slavin setting that up. Outstanding play for the assist.
Slap shot blocked as the Rams try to answer back. Cleared up, and in stride Cooper Slavin. He'll wrist it. Blocker to side by Daniel Mooney. Puck is tied up on the left wing half boards. And the Rams will flip it up back to the neutral zone, and Carson Alexander will go back to play for Peters Township.
And what Slavin did on that last goal, that'll be an important factor tonight because Pine Richland's defense is so sound, they don't often allow traffic in front, but that's something Peters Township wants to do tonight.
There's a save by Hilbert. Ryder Mertens and Carson Alexander get the assist on the Stauffer goal. At 6:06. The face-off to the left of Nolan Hilbert. Puck is loose, scooped up by Peters. And they'll clear the zone, right back in. And the Rams are first on the puck with Alex Erlane. Far side comes to the skates of Will Tomko. He's got it in the zone in stride down the left wing. There's a wrist shot. That is absorbed and held on to by Daniel Mooney off the stick of Austin Malley.
That time Mooney, a clean look at it. As you can see, Tomko feathering it ahead, and Mooney cutting off the angle as well. And, well, he's had great tutors over the last couple of years, James Saber and Daniel Stauffer 2 years ago.
Indeed. He's in the lineage of those Pine Richland goaltenders. Has waited his time. The junior makes a stick save, clears it to the near side. Puck, they try to keep it at the point. Erling gets it out, and he is dumped again by Tomko. He had his head down, trying to go 2-on-2. There's a steal. Oh, they can't get the opportunity as it was checked away from Tomko at the last second. Centering pass and cleared out of the zone is Zach Howard. He's back 2-on-3. Drops it. Erlane fires, blocked nicely by Colin Kimberling. And now throwing the body for the Rams is Gabriel Uchak. Well, the feeling out process is over. We've gone into the not so pleasantries. As expected in the semifinals. Rams steal center. Puck is deflected. Still there. Couldn't quite get it. Anthony Shiramonte. And it's cleared away by the Indians. They dump it in as Kovac puts it behind the Pine Richland goal. Down to 8:22 on a turning clock in the first period. And there's Carson Alexander throwing the body as he took out Hayden Schneider. Delayed offside. Woods will play with a skate. They'll clear it up. And more hitting ensues as Woods and Muldoon get into each other.
And it was Muldoon who was trying to lay on the check, but Woods, stoic, had kept his balance in that and absorbed that hit and made sure that he did not take the better of it.
Face-off just outside of the Peters Township blue line, won by the Rams, and they dump it in beyond the Indians' net. Carson Alexander, the first player there. Kazarowski, who gets it to center ice. But Jack Mill dumps it right back in. Mill on it again, wrist shot. Hilbert saw that all the way, and Nolan Hilbert sticks it to the far corner. Centering pass, a little in front of Muldoon. Comes to the near side. They couldn't tee it up cleanly. Back to the near point. Mill shot is blocked nicely by the skates of Carson Alexander. And here come the Indians, back 2-on-2. Dumping it and chasing after it is Max Ness. Ram steal, but Kobe Ringwald is there to deny that break, and he plays it up into the Pine Richland bench.
The last scoring opportunity for Pine Richland, and you'll see it here. Caden Kazarowski, he doesn't necessarily get a stick on the puck, but he does enough there to disrupt the shot attempt or lack thereof of Anthony Chiaramonte.
Yeah, sure, Monte couldn't clean that up, tee that up cleanly. So he had net to work with, trailing 1-0. Chase Stauffer, the only goal in this game, came for Peters Township, 6:06 in. Here is Ryan Peacock. His brother Sean also on the team. Beyond the net, it's tied up. Rams go on the forecheck. Trying to work it out of there is Josh Fulmer. And the Indians will get it back into the neutral zone. And Pine Richland will just dump it back in. It goes wide of Nolan Hilbert. Morse near point. Oh, sneak out deflection by Sean Peacock, but Hilbert was able to deny that and cleared away. Mertens had his pocket picked. Fulmer down the left wing. Gains the zone. He stood up by Kobe Ringwald. And that allows Peters to clear. Stauffer, the goal scorer, but he's 1-on-3. He'll dump it in. Now the 6:25 clock turning in this first period. Alexander, one of the alternates, to Slavin, and Cooper Slavin dumps it in. I thought he had a piece of it, but apparently not. Icing is called against Peters Township. So face off to the right of Nolan Hilbert, the junior. He's got the catching hand, the catching glove on the right hand. Nicely accoutramented in the black and red pads, fitting the Peters Township motif. Wrist shot blocked and cleared away by Peters Township. Skating to it, Zach Howard. He'll push it forward. Preisinger, or Howard, excuse me, lost it. Here's Will Tomko. He'll gain the zone, drags and fires it wide. On the forecheck, Ben Kovac. Centering in front, backhanded, up and over the net by Austin Malley. That was good defense by Pine Richland as Malley had an opportunity in the low slot. Cleared up but kept in. Nicely by Ryan McKenna. And now we're going to get a penalty. And it looks to be Carson Kalpakis. Cross check.
Kalpakis pleading his case that it was more of a shoulder, but there you see the great athleticism of McKenna, and he came in hard, did Kalpakis, so that's what draws the penalty.
11:27, the time of the cross-checking call. This is the first power play opportunity of these playoffs for Peters Township. They've got a 1-0 lead. Face off to the right of Mooney in the zone to our right. Indians win it. Oh, they try to go center point, and that was Kimberling was there, but the miscommunication had the puck come out of the zone. Kimberling will come up the left side, dumps it in, and there goes the chase by Cooper Slavin. And Tomko pushes it to Slavin. He's on the left goal line, across, and that deflected. He had a man leaking in Kimberling, but he couldn't quite connect. Kimberling is still down low. And that's a good read and a clear by Isai Morse, who steals. Morse back shorthanded, cuts inside, fires, and that is sticked aside by Nolan Hilbert. What a great effort and a shift there on the PK by Isai Morse.
And Ryan Peacock as well. He was the one that deflected the pass from what would have been a wide open net for the Peters Township Indians for a scoring chance.
Puck in front, picked up by the captain, Erlane, who slides at the length of the ice for Pine Richland. 1 minute is gone in this man advantage for Peters Township. 4.5 left in this first period. Far side in stride for Tomko. His pass comes left wing, right wing. They'll gain the zone with Stauffer. Stauffer to Slavin. Slavin in the left circle, down low. And they'll switch places. That's Kovac. Gets it back. He'll come to the point. Tomko. Kovac skates and fires it wide of the far post. Alexander pinches to keep in, and he does. And now Stauffer wants to come off the ice for the Indians. We're down to 20 seconds to go on this power play for Peters Township. They'll play it around to the left wing corner. Now comes left point to Tomko. Left circle. Shot, save, Mooney. Rebound cleared by Erlane. Off the wrist shot by Austin Malley. Alexander, though, Kovac in a line change. He's in, he fires, and it got through Mooney, but it deflected wide. Out of the box, Kalpakis. He's back 1-on-1, has a trailer, firing, and that's stick to side. Erlane's shot denied by Hilbert, who again loses his stick. And now Erlane put it back to the net. Hilbert was not quite set, but it missed. So we're back to 5 aside. It stays 1-0. Boom! As Morse with a big check leveled Malley, who gets right back out. Morse, look at him skate out of the zone. He is upended. No penalty called. Kazarowski will dump for Peters Township.
I don't think anyone really touched him. He just kind of lost his edge on his own, trying to make a move.
Peters on the forecheck. They've got the puck. Malley, Alexander. Oh, he misfired, just missed the far post. Puck down low. Kazarowski puts it to the near side. Isai Morse will play it up. Good job to keep that in by the left leg. And the kick save by Carson Alexander. Can't keep this one in, however. And the Rams will give chase. Shirmonti takes a check from Ringwald. Ringwald has the puck. He'll skate with it, fire it up, deflected forward by Ness. And dumped in. Back to play in his own zone. Jordan Spear, also his defense partner Jack Mill. Mill gets it up to Sean Peacock. He's out of the zone. He is dumped on the check from Max Ness. And a big scrum in front of the Pine Richland bench. They say play on, and they do. Finally work it free. Glove down and played forward by Spear. And now it's back into the Peters zone. With 1:45 to go in period number 1.
Broken stick for Peacock.
Played up too far for Kazarowski. Well, Peters has done a good job on the forecheck in this first period. Well, they can't keep it in, but Ryder Mertens did a good job to slow that breakout. Allows Kazarowski to gain the zone. He slides through to the near side. Ryan McKenna keeps it in at the right point. Now it squirts back to center ice. Ringwald's going to fire it in, and the Indians have to tag out, which they do. That gives room for Jack Breisinger down the left side. His pass across. He had teammates line changing. The only man there was Cooper Slavin. And now Howard to Breisinger, turns it over. Cooper Slavin back 1-on-3. Gets through, fires. And a good wrist shot from the left circle, but he missed. Cleared up and out. Kalpakis has an opportunity. Backhand, forehand, fans. And then he centers it, and he can't find Breisinger. And now we get a penalty. And it may be against Peters Township.
As Slavin in the corner was locked up with Jack Breisinger. As here's another look at the Kalpakis scoring opportunity. He gets behind everyone with Ringwald chasing. Made some nice moves, but on the forehand,
just
fans
enough.
on the chance.
Just enough. We got a piece of Kalpakis. Slavin called for roughing at 16:25, so just 35 seconds to go. This will be the first man advantage for Pine Richland, and should they not score, it will carry over. They win the face-off. Breisinger puts it in front. He couldn't find Uchak. Uchak gets it back. He'll turn. Tries to backhand it in front. That's denied by the Indians. Cleared to the point, but Howard keeps it in, but it's a hand pass. No, they're going to say offside. Or a hand pass, one or the other. Couldn't quite tell what this was.
Pine Richland in the regular season ranked 8th in Class AAA and on the power play. Peters Township was 10 out of 11. His opponents scored 11 out of 52 opportunities.
Rams win, but Kovac intercepts, skates it into the Pine Richland zone. And we're down to 10 seconds in the period. 1:35 on the man advantage. Last opportunity for Shirmonti. He'll fire. That's blockered aside by Hilbert. It's into the far corner and cleared, and that'll do it for period number 1. The only goal off the stick of Chase Stauffer at 6:06 after 1. PHL 3A semifinals. Peters Township 1, Pine Richland nothing. You're watching it right here in the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Excella Health wants to know, how can we help you today? Can we help you find a doctor? Schedule a same-day appointment. Choose just the right service for your health concern? As your healthcare partner, Excella offers hundreds of primary care and specialty doctors, along with outpatient testing, rehab, and nationally recognized heart care, surgery, and orthopedics. To learn more, visit excellahealth.org or call 1-877-771-1234.
It starts with a dream, and then something, someone, or someplace happens. That is the difference between those who dream and knows who make it happen. An experience where you are pushed, challenged, knocked down, picked up, encouraged to do better and to be better. Make your dreams happen at Slippery Rock University. Experience the difference.
We're back on Neville Island, the Robert Morris University Island Sports Complex with Randy Goer, Bob Orquist, Jess Levo directing the show tonight. Chelsea Roundtree, Alexa Marzina, Aaron Caldwell. The top-notch crew bringing it to you 1-0. Peters Township on a Stauffer goal. The winner plays Seneca Valley. They won earlier tonight 2-1 over North Allegheny. Monday night at the UPMC complex in Cranberry. Opportunity for the Rams, Randy, with 1:25 of power play time to start the second period.
Yeah, and, an opportunity here to do some work against the Peters Township penalty kill that really has not fared all that well this season. And it's interesting, in the first period, you mentioned how you had described it as exchanging pleasantries, or maybe not so much during that first period for the two teams. They settled in very quickly. The physicality belonged to Peters Township maybe in the first half of that first period, but Pine Richland certainly came back with the better of it from the physicality standpoint. Then the Rams obviously hoping that they can do better on the scoreboard as well.
Salco and Fulmore on the draw. Fulmore wins it, and it will be Erlane who's playing the points on this power play, but a turnover. The Kovac had it but lost it. Skating it up and getting the zone. Mike Mangine played back behind the net. Kalpakis, Mangine skates to the point. That's actually Fulmer. He backhands it down low. Peters clears it up. Fulmer now on the near side. Looking for it. Can't get it. Rams do get it back. Erlane slides it off the skate of Kalpakis. Comes right back in front. Picked up by Carson Alexander. He'll clear up to Will Tomko. Wrist shot hits the post. Short-handed from the top of the right circle. Hit the inside of the post. And now played right back on Mooney. And he covers up. Still 35 seconds to go on the power play.
Well, Peters Township short-handed, but you couldn't tell right here as they had a great scoring opportunity, did the Indians, but off the right post on the attempt there by the leading scorer in Class AAA, William Tomko.
That took on the form of 2-on-2 there late short-handed. Well, we got it was an intentional offside as they put the puck onto the goalie. That's why the faceoff came all the way back into the attack zone for the Rams, who still have 25 seconds of power play time. Shot to the point, wristed and deflected as Spear took the shot. Deflected off the stick of Cam Martin. Another faceoff in the offensive zone for Pine Richland. They're trying to win it, but the Indians come up with it. They'll clear the zone, and they'll steal. That's Cam Martin shorthanded. 10 seconds to go on this power play. Chance maybe for the Rams. One last rush. They'll just deflect it, and Shermonti does that. Uchak trying to track it down. He will. Penalty is over. We're 5 aside. Slavin is back on the ice. Wrist shot through traffic. Nolan Hilbert made that save. It's still in tight. He's got a whole bunch of Gabe Uchak in his face. Uchak keeps it in. Actually, it was Shermonti who was tied up in the crease with Hilbert. Rams still have the puck as Brysinger is on the left wing boards. And there's Uchak. And Uchak's done a great job of keeping that puck alive on the far side. Fulmer comes past the man off the stick of Shermonti, and it comes out of the zone, and then it's put back in. And that may be intentional offside against the Rams.
Yeah, lobbed out of play by Jordan Spear that time.
They're going to say just out of play. So face off at center ice. Only goal in this one, first period, Chase Stauffer, his second of the playoffs for Peters Township. Ryder Mertens and Carson Alexander, the helpers. That came at 6:06. Now the administrative work is done, and we'll have a face-off at center ice. And it's Erlane on the backhand. Dumps it into the left wing corner. Kalpakis on the forecheck. Erlane laying out some body on his opposite, number 21, Mertens. Low shot. Oh, not a good rebound by Mooney. Luckily, his Rams defense cleared it away and out of the zone. Peters Township can't get it out. 2 opportunities for McKenna. Third opportunity kept in at the left point. Shot sails wide of the near post. Skating it over is Bonvenuto to keep it in. But Mertens gets it out of the zone. Kalpakis does a good job to knock it away from Cooper Slavin, the captain of Peters Township. It'll dump into the left wing corner. Behind the net, skating and turning is Ryder Mertens. It's played out. The Rams will get it out of their own zone, and both teams will change personnel. Erlane turns. Kind of a self-pass as he put it into space across the rink. And now Erlane's going to go off. As Sean Peacock was on the forecheck. And there's Ryan Peacock. Comes to the point. Wrist shot blocked. Ness with a nice block off that wrister attempt by Jack Mill. His brother played a couple of seasons for Pine Richland. Peters is on it. They work goal line, below the goal line. Comes to Carson Alexander. Skates into a slapper. That deflects wide. Pinched in on the far side and kept alive by Colin Kimberling. Puck is in the right wing corner. Played up to Ryan Peacock, and he'll clear the zone. And will it be far enough for icing? Nope, they wave it off. Ness will backhand it across. Ness to Kazarowski. Well, this is a good effort on this forecheck by Fulmer. Creates a wrist shot for Mill that deflects high and wide. Slid in by the Rams. And having to chase it down is Austin Malley. It comes to the near side. There's a shot that is denied by Hilbert. Shots, by the way, were 6 apiece after the first period. Icing is called against Peters Township. With 12:32 remaining in the second period, the Indians on top of the Rams, 1-0.
Yeah, Josh Fulmer and Jack Mill, fantastic job on the forecheck on that last shift. And Jack Mill, his older brother Charlie Mill, who was a great hockey player and a great football player at Pine Richland as well, now at Elon University.
Wide receiver. I know where Elon University is.
Where is it?
North Carolina. Puck is going to go through. And fans wanting an interference call on Malley. But he forces it into the glove of Mooney. So we'll get a face-off into the attack zone for Peters Township. To the left of Daniel Mooney. At least I believe it's in North Carolina.
I'll take your word for it. I actually don't know the answer to that. I can look it up for you.
Yeah, please do.
I will.
Centering pass. Oh, just off the stick of Tomko. Kept in by McKenna. His shot deflects wide. Might have been deflected by Ben Kovac.
It's in Elon, North Carolina. So there you go.
I should not doubt myself.
You should not.
Back in his own zone to play. Tracking it down is McKenna. And through center ice. Skating Kovac. He takes maybe an elbow by Erlane. Erlane gains the red line and dumps it in. And he'll chase off for the Rams line change.
I thought so. Looked like he threw the elbow out a little bit, but no call.
Puck off the stick of Austin Malley. Well, apparently not off the stick of Austin Malley. As it's icing against Peters Township. So bring the face-off all the way back into the Indian zone. To the left of Nolan Hilbert, the junior. Again, 4-3. And then made 20 saves in the quarterfinal win over Baldwin. Sort of almost an even split. Kyle Thomas, the sophomore, played a little bit more. So it was either one of those two getting a chance to start, but with Hilbert getting a quarterfinal victory, he gets the chance tonight. He's kept, so far, Pine Richland off the board. Centering pass does skirt through. And good job to get it to the point. Colin Kimberling missed it wide off the pass from Kovac. Tomko tries to get it in front. He resets. Right point Alexander. Slapper. Tracked and gloved by Mooney, who holds on.
Mooney again with an opportunity for a clean look at the shot attempt. From out there at the point, that slap shot, and he snares it with the left glove hand. Daniel Mooney, who grew up, said his older brother Tommy and his friends would play in the driveway, and they always needed a goalie. And Daniel would strap up the pads, and he loved playing goalie ever since. I can appreciate that.
That's how it works. Peacock and Peacock. And wristed and gloved. That was Sean Peacock down the right wing. Ryan Peacock down the left wing. And right in the middle was Nolan Hilbert with the trapper.
That time the glove there by Hilbert as you get another look.
That was a knuckler.
Yes, which can be just as problematic as a hard slapper.
Face off one and trying to push to the net by Ryan Peacock. Good job to keep it in at the left point. Now it does come back to center ice. That initial job by Howard, and offside called against Pine Richland.
Peacock was trying to control that at the blue line on a bouncing puck. And by the time he finally did, one of his teammates skated in ahead of him to his left. Ryan Peacock and his brother Sean, identical twins. They have almost, in the regular season, identical point totals. 12 for Sean and 13 for Ryan.
So outside of numbers 48 and 18, the other distinguishing factor is Ryan's a left-handed shot and Sean's a right-handed shot. There's Ryan, the lefty, to Sean, the righty. He skated off the puck, though, nicely by Caleb Kovac, and he clears the zone. Puck is in the neutral zone and then dumped in by Kovac. The Indians go on the forecheck. Nice spin move to get out of traffic by Morse. Eastside Morse will clear the zone. Kovac will push it forward for Andrew Masucci. Does come forward to Slavin. And now Kovac skates right with it. Centering pass, but no one home except Eastside Morse, who will clear the zone for Pine Richland. And then it's fired, friendly fire from Ringwald into his own bench.
Coach has looked over. Hey,
hey, red. We're wearing red.
Yeah, that's right. None of that over here, please.
We'll get another face-off at center ice. 1-0 lead for Peters Township on a Chase Stauffer goal. Winner of this one advancing to the championship on Monday, the 3A championship for the Penguins Cup against Seneca Valley, 6:30 at the UPMC Sports Complex in Cranberry. Dumped in the Stauffer as the goal, and I thought almost one in. It slid through, the net came off as they knocked Ryder Mertens through. Watch that puck slide out the near side. I almost thought it went in.
I think it just sneaks through across the goal mouth in front. Here's it gets slowed down, and there, just across.
That was really close. That might have got the post and got in, Randy, before the net came off its mooring. But nonetheless, stays 1-0. Rebound, make it 2-0, and make it 2 for Chase Stauffer.
Chase Stauffer, Johnny on the spot. After the face-off win, Mertens misses wide, but after that hard bank off the boards behind the net, Stauffer right there for the finish.
Second of the game, third of the playoffs for Chase Stauffer. Looks like Ryder Mertens will get his second assist. Mertens had an assist in the opening round. There's a long wrist shot that is missed on the attack from Ben Kovac. Pair of Kovacs on this team in front. Score! There's the freshman, Tomko. Left circle. 3-0, Peters Township. 2 goals in 12 seconds.
Don't blink, Tomko. A big smile on his face as he was immediately able to celebrate with the student body on the near side. But there you see it, Tomko left all alone, and the sniper, as he picks the far post, beats Mooney glove side. And just like that, the Indians now up by 3.
7:34, the time of the Stauffer goal, 7:46. Here they come again. Tomko, he's in, but he's checked off at the last second. Had a good play by Bonvenuto. Puck is cleared up but not out. All sorts of momentum for the red shirts in this one. Morse out of the zone. Here comes Malley. Austin Malley down the left wing. Pulls it in. Backhander. Oh, he shot it wide.
Peters Township feeling it right now. It's a wave of red, a sea of red, if you will, and the Indians in a position where they could maybe take this thing over. They're already up big. Pine Richland has to beware.
They've got to weather the storm. Try it out, that pass for Erlane. Alexander gave it away, wrist shot. Gloved by Hilbert, and he holds on.
Almost the opportunity that Pine Richland needed. Jack Breisinger with the steal as he skates in all alone from that left wing circle, but snared with the right glove hand of Hilbert.
The goals officially, Stauffer from Mertens and Slavin at 7:34. Tomko from Malley at 7:46. Stauffer looking for the HT to Mertens. His shot is partially blocked and then knocked aside by Mooney. Right point open. Ringwald fires. Deflected by Mertens wide. It's been all Peters Township's second half of this second period. They're on the puck again in the right wing corner. Rams will reverse near side and try to get it out. They'll work it out on the backhand by Hayden Schneider. Schneider tried to stay on side as Mike Mengine had a little bit of trouble gaining the zone. Offside against Pine Richland. So Stauffer has 3 goals in these playoffs. Mertens has 3 assists. Tomko has 2 goals and 2 assists so far. Malley has 4 points, 3 in the first game, 1 tonight. Slavin had 2 points in the first game, 1 tonight. And Carson Alexander has an assist in this one.
Excuse me, Bobby. Peters Township, the most explosive team in Class AAA, almost 100 goals in the regular season, and they are putting it on full display tonight.
We've got 2 in this period and a 3-0 lead. Still plenty of time left. We're just past the halfway mark, a little further than that of this second period. So the Rams got some work to do. Fulmer wrist shot, and Hilbert absorbs and holds on.
Fulmer just inside the blue line. Actually right at the blue line. Putting that one into the midsection of Hilbert, who smothers it.
Allows them to change lines, get their top unit out with a face-off to the right of Hilbert. Puck comes to the near boards. And they'll tie it up there. Both teams on the scrum. Cleared out of the zone back to center ice, played by Zach Howard. Pitchforked in by Austin Malley. Back to center ice, and it's Will Tomko. I'd say look for the blonde hair, but then we'd be looking for everyone on the Peters Township team. There's Tomko pitchforking it in on the forecheck. Behind the net, centering pass. Comes to Alexander, right point. Wrist it, hits a man, Howard, and deflects wide. Puck behind the net. It's Kovac. Ben Kovac. Near side to Malley. And the Rams will gain. Shermonte will clear the zone. Drops it back to Erlane. Erlane will fire the wrister high and wide. Hits the skate of the referee. And reversed in their own zone. And here come the Indians with a 3-0 lead. Tomko will gain the red line. Dump it in for the line change for Peters Township. Morse in his own zone surveys his pass behind Kalpakis. That should be icing. does lead to a great opportunity for Kalpakis. Well, sneaky deflection on that shot in by Erlane, and it's cleared out and hits the bench.
Erlane stationed near the right wing circle and was able to place a pretty fine deflection there that went across, missed to the far post, missed wide left. But Erlane trying to create some traffic.
You mentioned it earlier, no superstitions, but Erlane said that the win song for Pine Richland is Hips Don't Lie by Shakira.
Yeah.
But who doesn't like Shakira?
Of course.
But the Rams, they've got some work to do if they want to hear that later on, trailing 3-0. Peters will win the face-off and clear the zone. And it's Ryder Mertens down the left wing. They'll slide it to the captain, Slavin, who dumps it behind the net. The Rams will gain possession far side and clear it out, but Kalpakis, pocket picked by Ringwald, who dumps it right back in. Kalpakis again, this time on the right wing side. Tries to get around McKenna, can't. Second man on the puck, I believe that's Howard. Not Howard, it's actually Breisinger. Played to the far side and in his own zone, it'll be Ringwald. Great stretch pass. Blue line to blue line, but it's taken off the stick of Masucci. The counterattack for Morse. Masucci, though, stayed right with him. Right wing corner for the Rams. Comes in front. Shot, save. Breisinger denied. Near post by by Hilbert. And then Ringwald clears the zone. Pushes and chases. Gets it. Centers it. Save Mooney. Great break. Masucci denied, but that's a fantastic opportunity created by Kobe Ringwald.
Yeah, set himself up. Ringwald, as he had Spear bearing down on him, sets it up on the doorstep for Masucci. Mooney with the better save.
Keeps it 3-0. Late change for the Rams. Mill comes on with 4:47 to go in the second. Kemberling fired. Oh, deflected. Masucci bounced that just wide. Masucci, all-conference place kicker. I believe all WPIL soccer player.
All-state soccer player as well.
That's even better. One step ahead of me. Kovac will wrist it wide. So 3-point star. Did not know that he was a hockey player. In front. He's trying to get his first goal of the year.
Yeah, you have to add Masucci to the list of all-around athletes in the Pittsburgh areas. There's Kovac, who was looking for Masucci. Eli Yofan comes to mind as one of those great multi-sport athletes.
He will top that list. That's 3 opportunities, Randy, for Masucci to get that goal. Yofan still active in the state playoffs for Fox Chapel basketball-wise.
A great year for the Foxes, WPIAL 6A champs. And for Masucci and the Indians, they're looking good at this point. Still a long way to go, but a 3-0 start for the Indians.
Still 4:19 left in this period. Kazarowski centering pass. That was cleared away defensively by Howard, but he can't get it out of the zone. Back to get it, Spear. He skates to the opposite side. He'll just skate it through the neutral zone.
Max Ness went down, and he struggled to get to the bench.
Near side, Cassiola will gain the line. Now he's knocked down. Puck still tied up on the near boards, the left wing boards. And a big scrum ensues. You can see the student section standing. Comes to the right point. Top of the right circle. Carson Alexander's shot blocked by Howard. And the puck is cleared up into the netting with 3:36 to go in the second. 3-0 lead for the Peters Township Indians.
Yeah, going back to Ness, I did not notice what exactly may have been the issue. I would assume he took a hit. Is the athletic trainer going to come over across the ice and take a look at him as he is in some kind of pain, hunched over, as Rick Tingle right behind him. So he'll get checked on.
Well, she's actually checking someone else out.
Oh, interesting.
She goes to the far end of the bench. One of the alternates being looked at for
Camden
Peters
Martin.
Township. Checking his midsection. Rams in their own zone. They're down 3. They try to get Kalpakis behind the D. They can't. Stolen, counterattack. Ben Kovac slides it too far for Tomko, but he tracks it down, puts it behind the net for Malley. He comes to the near point. McKenna, left point, will dump it back in. Tied up on the left wing half boards. Squirts to the far side. And Ringwald will keep it in once, twice. 3 times the charm. Nope, they do get it out. Push forward by Brysinger. There's Brysinger with a skate. But Tomko spins and turns, and Morse will dump it forward. Morse again. Open Kalpakis right wing. Has a man. Erlane. Oh, but he tried to go backhand, forehand. He lost possession. That allows Peters Township a chance to clear. That's the guy you want in space.
Absolutely. Second time in this game now that's happened. It was Kalpakis in the first, and this time Erlane trying to go backhand to forehand, but could not get a clean shot off.
Peters on the forecheck. They've got the puck in front. Mertens came late, but he couldn't get a clean shot off. Mertens in the right wing corner has the puck. He'll slide it to the point. That is Kimberling back to Mertens. Good touch pass. Alexander. Shot blocked out high nicely by Shermonte. He tries to go out of the zone. It kept in. Wrist shot. This is blocked. It'll flutter into the near corner. Peters Township will change behind the play. They've got a 3-0 lead with 1:45 to go in the second period. And here comes Snyder. He was 3-on-4, actually. His wrist shot missed the net. Peters turns it over, though. The second opportunity, and Stauffer, who has 2 goals, gets it up, and with room. It is the captain, and that Slavin couldn't really get a good hard shot off. That turned into an easy save as the Rams played that well defensively. Back up. Tomko, left wing. He'll gain the zone. On the backhand. Turns it over. Mooney stops it and then covers up late in period number 2.
Well, he's got some wheels to him, does Tomko, as he was able to get behind Spear. And even though it was a sharp angle, put a pretty good try on net there. But Mooney, again, able to cut off the angle to the near post.
Face off in the zone to our left. To the right of Stauffer. They get it to Kimberling. Kimberling at the point. He'll slide it wide of the near post. Kovac. That's Ben Kovac. Shot blocked. And out of the zone it comes. Right back in. We're under a minute to go in this period. Spear backhands it out. Tomko comes right back in down the left side. He'll slide it forward. Centers it. Cleared away by the Rams. Tomko on the puck once again. Turns. Near side. A one-timer by Ben Kovac. Sails wide. Man is docked down. No penalty called. Kalpakis, Erlane. Left wing on the backhand. Had a man coming down the slot, but couldn't find Fulmer. And it's out of the zone with a half a minute to go.
That was Camden Martin who was looking for a penalty as he was thrown down by his stick, or at least he thought so. Check of the open ice on Erlane.
So Martin has come back. I didn't know if Ness has got a shift since he was injured or nicked up a little bit. Ringwald, open left point. Right point, excuse me, or shot blocked.
And Ness still on the bench.
In front it came, and then cleared by the Rams, and that's going to do it. Peters Township led 1-0 after 1. They scored twice in 12 seconds in period number 2. And after 2, Peters Township leads the PIHL 3A semifinal match by a score of 3-0. Back to talk about the first 2 periods right after this. You're watching it all here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
When choosing a college, I wanted a school that moved me forward. At Seton Hill University, I'm a part of a welcoming community that celebrates a long history of preparing students to transform the world. With small class sizes and easy access to scholarships and aid, Seton Hill gives me the confidence, skills, and opportunities to take my future into my own hands. Plus, with an award-winning career services center right here on campus, I know I'll be supported, both as a student and after I graduate in whatever path I choose. Are you ready to move forward?
Excella Health wants to know, how can we help you today? Can we help you find a doctor? Schedule a same-day appointment. Choose just the right service for your health concern? As your healthcare partner, Excella offers hundreds of primary care and specialty doctors, along with outpatient testing, rehab, and nationally recognized heart care, surgery, and orthopedics. To learn more, visit excellahealth.org or call 1-877-771-1234.
That was awesome.
It starts with a dream. And then something, someone, or someplace happens. That is the difference between those who dream and those who make it happen. An experience where you are pushed, challenged, knocked down, picked up, encouraged. To do better and to be better. Make your dreams happen at Slippery Rock University. Experience the difference.
We're back at the RMU ISC between periods 2 and 3, PHL 3A semifinals. Peters Township, the 3 seed, leading second-seeded Pine Richland by a score of 3-0 with Randy Gore. Bob Orquist, the winner of this one, plays Seneca Valley on Monday night. 1 in the first, 2 in the second. Randy, the first 2 off the stick of Chase Stauffer.
Yeah, it was Chase Stauffer who got us started at the 6:06 mark of the first period off a great deflection there by Slavin, and then the goal by Stauffer. He struck again, 9:26 on the clock at the 7:34 mark of the second off the rebound, off the boards there on the fortunate carom for Peters Township. And there's the freshman, Will Tomko, at the 7:46 mark. The second and third goals came just 12 seconds apart from Stauffer and Tomko, and the Indians riding that red wave of momentum, building up what was a 1-goal lead after 1 to a current 3-0 lead here after 2 as we are now at intermission.
Peters Township outshot Pine Richland in the second period, 7-6. They lead game totals 13-12. Both teams 0 for 1 with a man advantage. Some work to do for Pine Richland. They last won the Penguin Cup in 2A back in 2019. That's the last appearance for Peters Township. Their last Penguins Cup came back in 2017 in 3A. Their last 2 Penguins Cup coming in 14 and 17 in 3A. Earlier tonight, Seneca Valley beat North Allegheny after North Allegheny had swept the regular season. Peters Township trying to do that same. They were swept in the regular season by Pine Richland. They have the 3-0 lead here.
Well, it is a trend that seems to be progressing, and Peters Township likes that trend if it transpires, and they are at the point where it could possibly happen. Pine Richland, you mentioned the shots on goal, only a 1-shot difference. Peters Township out shooting 13-12 of Pine Richland. The Rams have had a couple of great chances. You had the Kalpakis breakaway opportunity in the first, but could not quite get a clean shot off as the defenseman from behind got enough of him to force that issue. And then we saw Erlane as well after it was 3-0. Could have been just what the doctor ordered for Pine Richland had he scored there, but unable to do so. Again, trying to go from backhand to forehand, and Fanning on his attempt could not get a shot on net. And, if those things flip around a little bit, could be looking at a different ice hockey contest. But nonetheless, Peters Township controlling things. And I'll tell you what, they have, they obviously have a great present with many seniors. But what a mix for Rick Tingle with a senior-laden team, but he's got a freshman in Will Tomko that's the leading scorer in all of AAA, and then Ben Kovac, who's a sophomore, tied for 4th in scoring, and they have both, you've called their names quite a bit here tonight. They have made some things happen, and of course, Chase Stauffer has gotten it done with his 2 goals.
Stauffer won in the quarterfinals, 2 tonight for the 3-0 lead. The Rams are going to have to pull out some of the stops to try to get back into this one. This is semifinal week for the PIHL, and as tradition, we're here at Neville Island. The championships, as tradition, will be next week at the Lemieux Complex in Cranberry. AA semifinals tomorrow, Single A on Wednesday, Division II on Thursday. All of those can be seen right here on Trib HSSN.
A big week ahead, and Jess Levo and her crew, they do a fantastic job. So definitely check out what is on tap this week and next here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Some great semifinals and championship games on deck for you. And
still have some PIAA basketball on the network.
Yeah.
As we're sliding towards spring sports. We're not quite there yet, though. These championships and the Pennsylvania Cup championships and the state basketball championships will end the winter sports, and we'll pick up and go at it in spring sports.
Yeah, it won't be long. March 25th, 26th is kind of that point where you see some lacrosse games, some baseball games on the schedule, and it kind of coincides with the conclusion of the basketball season as you have that out at Hershey, and the ice hockey season as well. State championships will be played on the 26th out on the eastern side of the state this year.
Yeah, this Wednesday, the Flyers Cup semifinals. All familiar names. Holy Ghost Prep taking on Malvern Prep, the defending state champs, LaSalle College and St. Joe Prep. And again, that's Wednesday. So the Flyers Cup will like the Penguins Cup, go in the next week. And then the following weekend, last year, they flip-flop. Last year, the state finals were here. This week, they'll be out east in Westchester, I believe.
And that's where it was scheduled for in 2020 out in Westchester. And again, unfortunately, that never came to be because of the COVID pandemic. But nonetheless, the folks out east will be happy to host this year. And it'll be a fun trip for whomever out of the West will make it. It'll be fun because they'll be waving the Penguins Cup banner out east and hoping to claim a Pennsylvania Cup championship.
We're through 2 here at the Robert Morris University Island Sports Complex. And through 2, it's Peters Township leading Pine Richland by a score of 3-0. We'll step aside. Third period comes your way next. PHL 3A semifinals right here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
What can you expect at Seton Hill University?
An opportunity to transform the future.
A leader in innovative and mobile technology.
A personalized education tailored to your interests and your goals.
A welcoming community.
A big step up to your dream career.
As a nationally recognized Catholic liberal arts university, Seton Hill pushes your education, your abilities, and your career to a higher level. Seton Hill University. This way up for progress, possibility, and a brighter future.
Water heater emergencies don't happen at the best times.
Honey, there's no hot water.
Mom, the water's freezing.
Get down here quick. At Mr. Water Heater, you'll talk to a real person 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. When the last thing you need to worry about is your hot water tank. And for quality service and better than competitive pricing,
call Mr. Water Heater. Call Mr. Water Heater. Call Mr. Water Heater. Call Mr. Water Heater. Call Mr. Water Heater.
Excella Health wants to know, how can we help you today? Can we help you find a doctor? Schedule a same-day appointment. Choose just the right service for your health concern. As your healthcare partner, Excella offers hundreds of primary care and specialty doctors, along with outpatient testing, rehab, and nationally recognized heart care, surgery, and orthopedics. To learn more, visit excellahealth.org or call 1-877-771-1234.
It starts with a dream. and then something, someone, or someplace happens. That is the difference between those who dream and those who make it happen. An experience where you are pushed, challenged, knocked down, picked up, encouraged to do better and to be better. Make your dreams happen at Slippery Rock University. Experience the difference.
Well, you're getting ready for the start of the third period here at the RMU ISC with Randy Gore, Bob Orquist, Jess Levo producing and directing, Chelsea Roundtree, Alexa Marzina, Aaron Caldwell, your top-notch crew here tonight. I think coaches do this. I always like to do this when I'm watching. You're down 3, so you slice it into thirds. It's approximately 5.5 minutes to get 1. If you get more, great, but you do it that way. If you're Peters Township, you need to be aware of that. You don't want to abandon. Randy would have gotten you this 3-0 lead, but you don't want to leave your flank open either.
Yeah, I think to some degree, if you're Peters Township, you keep doing what you're doing, and I maybe stay with that. Like you said, you don't want to abandon your flank, so you can't give up anything on the back end. You have to maintain there. But otherwise, I mean, the offense is, if you can keep ballooning this lead, why not? For the Pine Richland end, I'd like to see some more energy out of them. We saw that toward the end of the first period, where if you split the first period in two, if you will, Peters Township got that first goal. They had some energy. Pine Richland, with the physicality, was able to pick up that energy in the toward the end of that first period. They lost that in the second with those back-to-back goals 12 seconds apart by Stauffer and Tomko. Pine Richland needs to find a way to get that spark back, and as you said, chip away. You can't get 3 goals all at once. You got to start with the first, and you'd love for it to come early in the third period.
By the way, the PHL All-Star Game Sunday, April the 3rd this year, 6 p.m. for the 3A All-Star Game at the Alpha Ice Complex in Harmerville. 5 from each of these teams are in there. Rick Tingles, the head coach of the Gold. Cooper Slavin and Carson Alexander are on the Gold team from Peters Township. Chase Stauffer and Colin Kimberling on the Blue team. And for Pine Richland, Daniel Mooney and Mike Mangine are on the Gold team, along with Alex Erlane, Isai Morse, and Carson Kalpakis on the Blue team. Rams win the draw. They got fresh ice. Let's see if they can get some momentum here early, trying to cut into this 3-0 lead. They're on the forecheck. Kalpakis will get the puck, but he can't slide it in. Comes to the point, kept in though. Erlane and tries to get it on the stick of Brysinger. Comes to the right point, wrist shot, stick save by Hilbert. The near side, left point, Morse. Shot deflected by Brysinger. I think Hilbert might have got a stick on that. And we're going to get a penalty against Jack Brysinger as he took the pins out from underneath of Ryder Mertens.
Well, we talked about picking things up with a physicality. That not necessarily a physical miscue, but as you had described, got the stick down low and trips up one of his counterparts on the other side. And so not where you want to be if you're Pine Richland. You want to jump out to a quick start, get an early goal for a comeback, set yourself up for a comeback. Instead, they'll have to try and kill off a power or a penalty kill now.
Brysinger tripping at 36 seconds as he took Mertens down. Second power play for Peters. They're 0 for 1. Down low they go. They'll work left circle. Tomko's at the center point, coming near side. That is Ben Kovac. Shot from it down low on the near boards. Left-handed shot from Kimberling, who's a defenseman, but he's been up on that left wing, or that right wing, a couple times. And there you see it, right into the breadbasket of Daniel Mooney. Peters wins the faceoff as they skate 5-on-4. Behind the net they go. Tomko. Center point gets the pass. Kimberling. Down low he goes. Mertens to Malley. Pine Richland had it, but they can't clear. It's behind the net now for Cam Martin. Tomko left point. Kovac has it sticked away. Bonvenuto cleared up, but kept in by Tomko using the skate. There's Ben Kovac. Skates off the boards with it. Still coming left to right. Kimberling fires. Mooney got a piece of that. Comes out the other side to Tomko. All possession time so far. Shot! Oh, Kimberling. Mooney got there just a little bit late, but it was off the mark. 1:20, and it's been all zone time for Peters. Kimberling down low. That's not Kimberling. Comes out to Tomko. Kimberling's at the point. Tomko's shot blocked nicely by Peacock and cleared finally by Pine Richland.
Yeah, some tired legs out there for Pine Richland, but they're able to get some fresh ones now after that clearing effort.
Down to 18 seconds to go on the power play. Comes in front on Tomko. The puck bounced over the stick of Jordan Spear. And Tomko nearly got a hold of it to get it past Mooney, but Mooney covered up.
Now right here, Spear trying to retrieve it, just bounces on him. And fortunately, Mooney is able to smother it because Will Tomko was looming.
Mooney was alert. Face-off win. McKenna goes far point. Ringwald hits the post on a wrister from the left point. Mertens, he'll fire, blocked. Turning to clear, that's not Brysinger, that's Zach Howard. Brysinger is out of the box now, and we're 5 aside. So the Rams kill it. Still plenty of time left in this one. 14-15. Still 3-0 though, Peters Township. Near side, Cooper Slavin. Slavin down the right wing. Cuts in, cuts behind the net. Centers it on the wraparound attempt. Comes back out on the backhand. Walking in, it's Stoffer, who has 2. Oh, they almost worked a give and go. Kept into the center point by Ringwald. Cleared away though. That's a chance for Brysinger down the right side, but he's on his off wing, and he backhands it wide. Slavin, we'll check it. Mertens will clear it up. Right back in, Alexander on it. Now you're protecting the lead, so you want to get it out and get it deep. Exactly what they did on that play. You want to make Pine Richland try to work their way back into this one if you can. Here's Morse. Morse had a good couple of shifts in the first period where he created offense. He gains the zone but gives it away to Will Tomko. Tomko clears it up. Saucer pass for Kovac down the right wing. Too far, icing Peters Township.
Trying to let Kovac go and get it. Now we've got a tussle at the end of that. And Kovac throws the stick of Esai Morris. He wants a penalty. But going back to the defensive end of things, Peters Township shoring things up defensively with a 3-goal lead. Not to say that they weren't tight. There's been no goals scored by Pine Richland. But nonetheless, playing with the 3-goal lead, knowing that time is on your side, you have that opportunity occasionally just send it on deep and let someone go get it. That's what they tried to do there with Kovac.
They've only allowed, I think, 1 shot in this period, so 13 on the game, Peters Township. There's Tomko, 3-on-2, down the right side with Kovac and Malley. Back to Tomko, and Morris with a great sliding defensive play. He defends for the Rams. They counterattack. And that is Uchak. Comes down the near side. His centering pass deflected and cleared by the Indians.
Looked like a great break or odd man rush there for Peters Township, but the effort by Esai Morris may have just kept his team in the game.
Tomko deflects it through the neutral zone. Rams have it at center ice. That's Hayden Schneider back into the Peters Township zone where Ryan McKenna plays. Howard keeps it in front. Turning! Oh, that was a sneaky backhander by Menjin. Now it's in front. Fulmer can't shoot it. Denied by Hilbert. Cleared up but not out. Turning with it, the Rams. Center point shot by Peacock. That's deflected wide. That was taken by Sean Peacock. Fulmer had it, lost it. Indians clear. Back to playing his own zone, Zach Howard. Little spark from the Rams.
A good shift by Fulmer, which he's still on the ice right now.
Oh, bad rebound by Hilbert. And that shot hits the outside of the net. Down low, right goal line from Ryan Peacock. Howard keeps it in, but fans Alexander, and it's stolen by Howard. And here comes Howard. Zach Howard winds his way in, slides it across. Masucci clears for Peters Township.
And seeing that little bit of an extra spark here out of Pine Richland, they need it to try and get back into this game. A couple of opportunities there with the puck kind of pinballing about in front, but did not go the Rams' way.
Probably should have been an offside call there, but not to be had as the top unit comes out for Pine Richland. We're almost 6 minutes into this third period. It remains a 3-0 lead for Peters Township. Ringwald at the left point will flip it up into the netting, and we'll get a whistle.
The 2022 Penguins Cup playoffs
should get a face-off outside of the Ram zone, and that's where it will be.
Caleb Kovac, we've seen him a couple of times tonight utilize his speed. And Ben Kovac, the sophomore, his older brother is Caleb. Caleb also on the track and field team at Peters Township, runs the 400-meter and 110-meter hurdles.
Peters in their own zone with Ryder Mertens. Up the left wing, it's Austin Malley. He'll dump and chase. Next goal is huge either way. Will it be hope for the Rams, or will it be the big and shorts marker for Peters? Erline did a good job to just get past that check of Ringwald. Centers, but it's Mertens for the Indians, back 1-on-2. Ryder Mertens skates down the left wing. Try to slide it for Slavin. Kept in, though. Good job at the point by Stauffer. Oh, they almost had Cooper Slavin in front. That was Casciola who kept it in, by the way, not Stauffer. But time keeps ticking away on Pine Richland. Colin Kimberling will dump it in. And again, there's the get it deep part. Protecting a lead. Well, you don't want to do it any time, but specifically when you're protecting a lead, you don't want counterattacks by turning the puck over at your opponent's blue line. Hence the getting deep part. And here comes with speed Anthony Schermonte. His wrister hits the outside of the net. Played on the near side and out by the Indians. Back to Anthony Schermonte. And back out by Peters Township. And turning with it, Caden Kazarowski. Wrist shot. Right pad save by Mooney. Wrist shot by Casciola. On the rebound goes wide. Kept it at the near point by McKenna. Puck in the right wing corner. Comes out, and here come the Rams. Mike Benjean with speed. But Ringwald, good defensive play. Benjean gets it back. That was not a bad shot by Fulmer, but it missed the net on the half slapper. And again, cleared by Peters Township.
Ringwald disrupting that last trip up the ice for Pine Richland, getting in on the hip and doing enough to turn that play aside.
Rams get it in. Fulmer dumps it down low. It's Sean Peacock and Ryan Peacock. It's off a Fulmer stick and cleared out. Kazarowski to Will Tomko. He's 1-on-3 as the Indians change. He'll just gain the zone. Shrugs off the check of Benvenuto. Puck behind the net with Malley. Right point, Sean McKenna. Right wing boards, Tomko. And Ryan Peacock clears it away from McKenna. Hilbert, 52 feet away from his net, clears the zone. Here's Tomko. Kovac. But a good sliding defensive play again by Morse to deny the 2-on-1 down low. A walkout of Mooney. Realized it late, and he kept it out of there, and the opportunity by Ben Kovac as the Peters Township student section salutes Nolan Hilbert.
Yeah, they were chanting Hilberts, and that's because of what was a fantastic play. Ryan Peacock looked like he was going to come free. This is the last opportunity here for Peters Township.
That play, Randy, by Hilbert, it's all about the read and no hesitation, which Hilbert did perfectly. If you hesitate, then you're in trouble. Rams in their own zone. We're inside of 8 minutes to go. Still 3-0 Peters Township. Erlane Rister misses the near post. Puck is on the left wing half boards. Up and out comes Andrew Masucci. Can't get it deep. Kovac, that's Caleb Kovac trying to get it deep. Alexander still stuffed up in the neutral zone. Backhanded back to the D by Zach Howard. Played forward by Spear. But in his own zone, Colin Kimberling. He'll come around near side. Carson Alexander flips it up. Here's Masucci, 2-on-1 with Kovac. Masucci, great pass, great toe save. Masucci to Caleb Kovac, and Mooney kept it out with the left foot. And a stick save.
What a save by Mooney.
How about the pass by Masucci? Look at a little soccer play here by Masucci.
Yeah, a little 2-on-1. Sets up Kovac on the backhand and the left toe save of Mooney. Keeps it at 3-0.
Yeah, keeps it 3-0 with 7:01 to go. Remember that if the Rams could mount a comeback. They try to turn. They do get a shot down low on the backhander by Shermonte. And we're going to get another Rams penalty. Unless Hilbert is just out for an O-skate. Yeah, he gets to the bench. That was weird with the puck. Still in the zone, he vacated the net. It's going to be another penalty on the Rams.
Yeah, right here behind the net, Uchak trips up one of the Indians. I believe that was Carson Alexander, who he swept the leg of.
You could see the stick caught up in his skate blade, tripping against Uchak at 10-16. Power play number 3 for Peters Township.
If you're the Indians, you have to feel really good about where you're at right now. You'll feel even better if you cash in on this power play.
Seneca Valley awaits the winner on Monday. The last power play opportunity for Peters. This is cleared early. They had about a minute 20 seconds of zone time initially after winning the draw. Gilbert is not afraid to play that puck, is he not?
I was just thinking that. He is good with the puck on his stick outside of the net. He's very confident.
Stoffer comes down the right side, right point to Carson Alexander. Back to Stoffer, slides it through. No one home, far side. Tomko, left point, skates in. Pat down low, a shot pass deflected by Slavin and cleared by Ryan Peacock for Pine Richland. Stretching up to Slavin, who deflects it. Morse has it, and Morse will dump it the length of the ice. 1:05 now remaining on this power play for Peters Township. Carson Alexander in his own zone has Mertens. Alexander will cross corner dump. Morse will gather, turn, and clear.
And if you're Peters Township, you're okay with this. Just winding clock.
Want to keep the puck at least up in the attack zone. But, yeah, it's a good opportunity, if you don't score, at least to tick 2 minutes off the clock, which would get us inside of 5 minutes. And they gain the zone. Kimberling is on the left wing this time. Left point, Tomko. And they replace Kovac behind the net. He'll get it back. That's Ben Kovac. He's open left circle. Goes down low to Cam Martin. Back to Kovac shot. I think Mooney got a piece of it. It deflects wide. We're down to 10 seconds to go on the man advantage. Right point, Carson Alexander blocked by Erlane. Here's an opportunity shorthanded. Late. Man can come out of the box. Erlane tries to split the D. Can't do it, but a penalty called against Peters Township. They touched the puck there. Didn't get a whistle.
Mooney off the ice for the extra skater with the pending penalty on its way.
6-on-5 with the net empty. They come down the right side. It's Zach Howard in front. There's another touch by Peters. And now Tomko gets it. Tomko is the man who's going to get called for the penalty, I believe. Here it is right there, the hook.
Erlane trying to make something happen, and he does, to the effect of creating a power play opportunity for his team. And he did that in the overtime thriller, the win against Central Catholic, as he drew the penalty late in the third, and then with the power play early in overtime, he scored the game winner. So Erlane's efforts here again draw a penalty.
Tripping against Tomko. 12:42. Peters Pine Richland takes their timeout. If there's any hopes of a comeback, Randy, it all rests on their second power play opportunity in this game.
Obviously, I completely agree. I don't know who could argue otherwise, quite frankly.
As we overstate the obvious, right?
Surely, but that's sometimes what we do. But or at least me, anyway. I'll speak for myself. But yeah, at this point in the game, you absolutely have to score here. 4:16 left in the contest. Pine Richland, if you have any faint comeback hopes. It has to start right here, and then you hope to catapult off of that, and you need to score in a hurry. But hey, think back to Peters Township in the second period. They scored twice within 12 seconds. Why can't you do the same? Pine Richland has to have that mindset.
Seneca Valley, the 5 seed, knocked off top seeded North Allegheny earlier 2-1. Seneca Valley gets the winner of this contest Monday 6:30 at the UPMC Lemieux Complex in Cranberry for the Penguin Cup 3A Championship.
Should be a good one. Seneca Valley, who ended the regular season, having lost 4 of their last 6. They have won 2 in a row in the postseason, so doing it when it matters most. And they eagerly await the winner of this. Right now, Peters Township in command, but Pine Richland with a gasp here, last gasp. They're hoping it's not their last, but a chance here at the late stages of this third period.
4 forwards out for the Rams. One defenseman is Esai Morse. Puck is on the far side, and it's up in the air, in the atmosphere and out of the zone. Erlane has to play it back to Esai Morse. Back to Alex Erlane. He'll get around Mertens. He'll get around Slavin. Gain the zone on the right side. Dumps it around. Kalpakis is there. He'll dump it back into the near corner. That'll be played there by Breisinger. Kalpakis on the near boards. Skates off the boards and wrists it wide. Fulmer on the backhand. They go 6-on-4, Randy, as they pull Mooney off the bench, Breisinger. And he fired it wide. Not sure if he's off the bench, but he was certainly wide open. But he missed the net. And that's the good move for Jordan Yocklick.
I was thinking about that during the timeout, as there's the wrist shot that just goes wide. But, during that timeout, whether Coach Yocklick would pull his keeper for the 6-on-4 in terms of skaters. And I think you have to. Like you said, that's the smart move. I mean, you're in desperation mode at this point as you see the Pine Richland bench trying to preserve this 3-0 lead.
Peters Township has taken their timeout. We're down to 3:32 to go in this one. Still 1:15 to go on the tripping penalty to Will Tomko. And a 3-0 lead. Chase Stauffer, the first 2 goals for Peters Township. One in the first, one in the second. Will Tomko, the freshman, the other marker for the Indians.
Yeah, Tomko, you can tell he's something special, and he is on his way to a great career out of this, what is a senior-laden Peters Township team, but he's been a spark plug as a freshman. Ben Kovac is a sophomore, and the Indians hoping to progress their way into the championship, as they're just 3:32 away from it. But trying to regroup here, the timeout called by Peters Township and Rick Tingle and his coaching staff, and getting a look at what Pine Richland was doing strategically there. So, getting his team ready for what is going to be at least for another 116, possibly, 6-on-4 in terms of skaters out there, with Daniel Mooney certainly headed toward the bench. And there you get a look at the Rams bench with head coach Jordan Yocklick.
Jordan Yocklick was played at Ohio U, Randy. Was part of the 06 state championship team at Pine Richland.
In his 4th year now at Pine Richland. Took over for Jim Black following a 2-year stint as Pine Richland head coach. And he has continued the great success, as there goes Mooney off the ice.
Well, why would they even send him out? They almost flirted with the too many men there. They win the faceoff, they get it down low. Hilbert scrambling and has it. And here we go. Hello, how are you? How are you? And hey, I'm doing fine. Not quite in those words or those actions. Puck was loose.
The Rams going after it, loose puck. I think the net came off its moorings as well.
Also, you need that level of desperation from Pine Richland, trailing by 3. The Hilbert chant rains out once again from the students to our left of the screen. Pushed down low, played by Menjean. Will come to the point, too hard though for Esai Morse, comes out of the zone. You're almost to the point where you just may keep Mooney out of the net. It is not going to matter. The tap-in shorty for Cooper Slavin, and that might be the deal sealer.
That's the dagger. Mertens set it up, and he knew it. He's on his hindquarters watching the play as Slavin taps it in. And that's going to send Peters Township to the championship, or at least, as you had put it, seal the deal.
That'll be second in the playoffs for Slavin. Should be the third assist for Ryder Mertens. And also ENG/SHG for Slavin, which will be his first shorthanded goal of the year with the empty net. Slap shot saved by Hilbert. It is the third helper for Mertens. They keep the net empty. Why not? Still have 15 seconds to go on this power play. Now you're trying to work for Nolan Hilbert. You'd like those, if you're Peters Township, you'd like those students to chant one more time. Puck is tied up. Now it comes out. Hilbert knocks it down. Morse will fire. Deflected wide. Nice tip in front by Daniel Muldoon. Shot from the left point. Save. Hilbert cleared by Peters Township. Sliding towards that empty net with 1:47 to go.
Look at that last scoring opportunity for Pine Richland. But once again, Hilbert there, and he's looking for the shutout, is Hilbert. Regular season 4-3 record with one shutout.
Peters will win the faceoff, and again the net stays empty. Firing, scoring! Ben Kovac icing the cake and the game for the Indians. This empty netter coming at 15-19.
Kovac just getting across center red, and the accuracy from distance. And again, he's the sophomore. Is Ben Kovac, his older brother Caleb, the senior.
That's the third of the playoffs for Ben Kovac.
Ben, the third of 5 siblings.
No, just in case you're wondering, Peters Township on November 23rd, beat Seneca Valley 9-4, and then Peters Township on December 16th beat Seneca Valley 4-2. So they have swept the season series in the regular season against Seneca Valley, who they will play on Monday for the Penguins Cup Championship.
Well, if the trend of the night continues, then Seneca Valley has to feel pretty good about their opportunity next week.
Because North Allegheny in the regular season beat Seneca twice. They won. Pine Richland beat Peters Township twice in the regular season. And they're 65 seconds away from a victory.
1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute.
Ness back out, by the way. Might have been his first shift since he was shaken up.
Yeah, he left in the second period, late in the second. So from that standpoint, is pretty clear Peters Township moving on. So you want to move on healthy. So Ness back out there. And we had also seen Cam Martin banged up, but he did not miss any time, or not much time.
We're down to 47 seconds. Morse will keep it in. His fantastic career for Pine Richland will come to an end, sort of. He has a chance if he can play in the All-Star game on the 3rd. He's an All-Star. Rams will get it out with Uchak. We're down to 26 seconds. Big collision. Ringwald, Uchak and Caleb Kovac. Now the last piece of business is to keep the 0 on the scoreboard. Erlane's shot slides wide. Puck down low, it's Ringwald. Still with it. It's Caleb Kovac. Clear it up and out, that's going to do it. The Peters Township Indians are in the Penguins Cup Finals for the first time since 2019. They shut out Pine Richland 5-0. And there is the Hilbert chant one more time.
Shots on goal, Pine Richland 9, Peters Township 8. Total shots on goal, Peters Township 21.
Hilbert and the Indians get it done. Great defensive performance, and the offense outstanding, lighting the lamp for the 5-0 win.
Back to wrap it up. Right after this, Peters Township faces Seneca Valley on Monday in the Penguins Cup 3A Championship, courtesy of this 5-0 victory. You saw it right here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
What can you expect at Seton Hill University?
An opportunity to transform the future.
A leader in innovative and mobile technology.
A personalized education tailored to your interests and your goals.
A welcoming community.
A big step up to your dream career.
As a nationally recognized Catholic liberal arts university, Seton Hill pushes your education, your abilities, and your career to a higher level. Seton Hill University. This way up for progress, possibility, and a brighter future.
Back one final time at the RMU ISC with Randy Gore, Bob Orquist. Peters Township, the number 3 seed, their 16th victory of the year, 5-0 over the Pine Richland Rams, and they're into the championship once again. Another notch in the belt of Rick Tingle and the Peters Township Indians, Randy.
Indeed, two traditional programs going at it tonight in Rick Tingle's group, and he is very distinctive, obviously, with his derby cap, and just does. He's just a distinguished individual. He does a great job with this Peters Township program, and has led them to the brink of a title yet again, and did so with a fabulous performance. Shutout for Hilbert, and the offense jumping out in the first period.
Yeah, it was their all-star, Randy. Chase Stoffer, who got things going.
Yeah, Chase Stoffer right here, assisted by Ryder Mertens and Carson Alexander. Alexander there playing it in front, and actually went off of Slavin and then deflected to Stoffer for the goal. There's Mertens, who missed wide. Stoffer the second period to make it 2-0. Just 12 seconds later at the 7:46 mark, here's the freshman, Will Tomko, and he's able to pick the far post to make it 3-0, and a couple of empty net goals in the third. Cooper Slavin and Ben Kovac to bring us to our final of 5-0. The empty netters in the third with Peters Township. Those back-to-back goals by Stoffer and Tomko, that proved to be the undoing of Pine Richland at the end of the day.
Within 12 seconds, absolutely. Shots on goal in the third, 9-8 in favor of Pine Richland, 21 apiece. So 21 saves for the junior Nolan Hilbert for the shutout in the semifinals. Peters Township 16-5-1. The Rams season ends at 16-6, and it's Seneca Valley and Peters Township on Monday for the 3A championship.
Should be exciting. I think if Seneca Valley plays the type of game that it did tonight, it certainly lends itself more so toward the Raiders. Peters Township, an outstanding offensive group. Seneca Valley's going to want to keep that to around a 2-1 game again. If Peters Township jumps out like they did tonight, then that one lends its way toward the Indians.
Again, semifinals week continues. 2A PHL semifinals tomorrow, 1A Wednesday, D2 on Thursday. You can see them all here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Big thank you to our crew tonight. Jess Levo directing and producing. Alexa Marzina, Chelsea Roundtree, Aaron Caldwell. Big thank you to my partner tonight, Randy Gore. Big thank you to everyone for watching. Bob Workwis from the RMU ISC telling you the final score. Peters Township 5, Pine Richland nothing. It's the Indians and the Raiders on Monday night in the 3A championship. Have a great night, everyone.